Let me begin by recognizing Allah, the most gracious, merciful for this day. I would like to acknowledge and thank the following honored guests: the National Chief Imam of Ghana, Islamic instructor, philanthropist, founder of the Islamic Peace and Security Council, and member of the National Peace and Security Council, Dr. Sheikh Osman Nuhu Sharabutu. Your Excellency, the World President of the Global Hausa and Zongo Communities, Alhaji Mohammed Said. Your Excellency, the National President of the Hausa and Zongo Communities of Ghana, Alhaji Ahmed Tijani Abubakar Ali. Guest of honor, Major Hamza Al Mustafa, Chief Alhaji Bala Faini Futa, and Sheikh Mustafa Ibrahim. The entire members of the global, national, and regional Hausa and Zongo communities, all Alhajis and Hajias, invited guests and dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. Salam alaikum. At this point is good afternoon. I wish to thank Dr. Alfred Ariri of Canada and Fanuel Marking of the USA, who facilitated this invitation to address you. I am here today because, number one, the Hausa and Zongo communities is an important constituency, so I paused campaigning. We're all campaigning, but I paused campaigning to be here today because, to me, this is the most important constituency. I also respect you and I adore you, and I don't take this event for granted. I've been invited here today to talk to you about my vision for a new, dynamic, innovative Ghana, which embraces diversity while supporting communities. Let me begin by formally introducing myself. My name is Kofi Koranteng. I'm your independent choice for the 2024 presidential elections and the candidate for the New Vision Movement, that is the special purpose vehicle of the Round Table Dialogue. The New Vision Movement special purpose vehicle of the Round Table Dialogue just means that we are the political organization that represents the entire Round Table Dialogue. I'm currently at ballot position number 10 on the 2024 presidential ballot. I say currently because the Electoral Commission is in talks on how they may tilt the election to favor their preferred choice of an MPP candidate. My campaign will address this as it happens. Please stay tuned for any surprise ballot position changes by the EC. As an independent candidate for President of Ghana who recognizes that the peoples of Ghana are a tapestry of languages, cultures, beliefs, and foundations, my values, my message is clear, concise, viable, and ready to take our nation into the future to create a new Ghana government. My underlying principles and policies use a science-based, data-driven, human-centered approach to bring a viable working government to a nation based on innovative objectives to create lifestyle jobs for all ages. I do not offer a glossy manifesto or an academic white paper filled with promises that can never be fulfilled in our lives. I offer a plain language plan to address the changes that Ghana needs to become the beacon of hope, prosperity, freedom, love, and the opportunity for every community to plan and fulfill their destinies in Ghana. The Hausa people and their vibrant Zongo communities have a treasured history in Africa that continues to grow and prosper in Ghana. The Zongo communities and the history of Hausa people are a vital thread in the tapestry of Ghana. Thank you. As a candidate for president of all 16 regions, I am fully aware of the individual needs and issues that affect the many peoples that make up Ghana. No, I do not have a 200-page glossy covered manifesto with useless pledges aimed at each region or community. What I do have is a blueprint in plain language that accounts for all the communities throughout the 16 regions that make up our homeland Ghana. The 5 main points of the Koranteng mega agenda for Ghana does not specifically mention any particular community, culture, religion, or group precisely because it applies to them all and equally. Equality is a fabric that Ghana needs to sew into its tapestry of over 90 ethnic groups that make up our homeland. Let me offer you my simply stated Koranteng mega agenda for Ghana. Then we can discuss how the needs and issues of the Hausa and Zongo communities are addressed in it in 5 main points, and then I'm done. The 5 key points of the Koranteng mega agenda for Ghana include changing the constitution. Issues that need to be addressed are essential in restructuring the government to serve the people for an innovative Ghana. We must reduce the power and size of the executive offices, president, vice president, and ministers. This is the first step in rooting out and cutting off the tentacles of corruption. Number 2, eradicate corruption and prosecute anyone who has caused economic loss to the state since 1957. Those that have destroyed the wealth of our nation, resources, and people must be held accountable. We need prosecutorial investigative units that seek to recover the monies gained from corruption in government and state-owned industry positions and jobs. Those who profited from corruption services, schemes, bribes, and kickbacks must pay back with interest and penalties, monies owed to the state along with jail time for the most serious offenses. Institute a fully funded national development plan for the next 50 years with a 4-year accountability timeline. Then my 4th thing, and then I've got 1, and I'm done. Streamline government by 73% to make it effective, efficient, functional, and retain dislocated workers into agriculture. Number 5, invest $10 billion per year for the next 10 years into instilling technology and science in developing a drone-controlled mechanized agriculture. Ghana must and should be the agricultural hub of Africa and the net exporter to the world. The Quran speaks of the importance of building a strong community. I know from my time spent with chiefs, leaders throughout the region that Aluma is extremely important to the Hausa and Zongo people. The concerns, issues, and needs of the Hausa and Zongo people will all be addressed under the Koranteng mega agenda when you support and elect me as your next president of Ghana. The Ghana governments of the past 32 years have destroyed the natural treasures of the homeland. tainted land, clean drinkable water, and clear breathable air have all been sacrificed for greed and corruption. The Hausa and Zongo people know the importance of commerce, trade, and production. These economic contributions are essential to the growth of Ghana and need to be developed and supported. All 5 points on the Koranteng mega agenda for Ghana are able to address the concerns and needs of the Hausa and Zongo people. Rooting out and ending systemic government corruption will provide the resources needed to end illegal mining and stop the industries of e-waste, clothing, and tire disposal, all of which are deadly to all our people. The government of Ghana will support clean, sustainable industries that provide lifestyle incomes for its citizens. The tourism industries, long neglected and damaged by the previous administrations, is in dire need of government support. Under the National Development Plan that I am proposing, we can refurbish the chief's palaces in the Hausa and Zongo communities. The opulence and agricultural ingenuity of these palaces will attract international tourists who will spend hard currencies in the Zongo communities. Every tourist dollar spent in Hausa and Zongo communities will turn over 8 to 10 times locally and nationally. This flow of tourism money will strengthen the local national economies, spurring continued growth in development and jobs. Eliminating government corruption and excessive benefits, coupled with the investments prescribed in the National Development Plan, will enable Ghana to build a world-class education system. The Hausa and Zongo youth will suffer the same neglect as all Ghana's youth will have exciting, comprehensive, free educational opportunities. The Koranteng National Development Plan envisions educational and technological hubs in every region where youth can choose career paths. School curriculums will include a path for those who want to be doctors, nurses, medical technicians, bankers, brokers, merchants, plumbers, carpenters, machine operators, and farmers. The National Development Plan will include the development and support of the skills of the youth, those that desire to be scientists, spiritual leaders, researchers, computer coders, and construction workers should and will all have the same opportunities. Primary schools will be geared to teaching proficiencies in reading, writing, math, and science to provide a foundation that will enable every child to choose a life path and prepare for it in their secondary education. Education is a primary concern for my campaign. That is why I have selected an educator to run as my vice president candidate, Emmanuel Semoji. The previous presidents over the last 32 years went to the IMF, World Bank, US, and European unions for loans. Each time they told the lenders their troubles stemmed from an uneducated, lazy population. The reality, my friends, is that economic problems of Ghana were and are rooted in their corruption. Ghanaians are not lazy and uneducated people. They are a proud, hard-working population who crave educational opportunities, lifestyle incomes, clean housing, water, and food. Islam and the Hausa Zongo communities are steeped in achieving successful families and communities to honor Allah. To incorporate the impassioned desire to learn, work, and succeed of these communities, I am committed to seeking eligible, honest, diligent Hausa and Zongo men and women to fill essential government positions. As we disrupt the corrupt and remove them from power, we will need Hausa and Zongo people to fill ministerial, ambassadorial, investigative, and civil services positions throughout the government. I am determined to fill the government. Thank you. And if this were important to them, they will be here to talk to you. They're not here. And that's why you shouldn't vote for them. I'm serious. I am determined to fill. I am also in favor of and will use the powers of the presidency to put place a national director of Hajj from a candidate of those most affected, the Hausa and Zongo communities. The embedded history of the Hausa and Zongo communities after Ghana, an immeasurable resource. When elected, Allah will, with your help, I will seek counsel, guidance, and direction from the Hausa and Zongo people who are steeped in the teachings and word of Quran, honestly, entrepreneurship, and the power of Alumma. Nagode, Majama. Inshallah.